Our next position coach slash coordinator hire is going to be Matt Entz, former head coach at North Dakota State. Brad, we talked about this guy on our FCS episode and what he's been able to do for that university. Now he leaves that head coaching job, takes a step up into the FBS, and is now the assistant head coach for defense and linebackers coach for USC. We know how much that defense has struggled. And heading into the 2024 season with USC joining the Big Ten, Lincoln Riley needed to make a step forward in the right direction with defense because it is not going to be an easy matchup against teams like Michigan and Ohio State and even teams like Iowa. So I'll hand it over to you. Tell me a little bit about Matt Entz and what is your thoughts on this hire and maybe the next steps for his career?
Yeah, Nate, you brought up a couple of really, really fantastic points. The first one is, look, Nate, me and you have talked about it. There's been media all over the country. Lincoln Riley had to look up what the definition of defense is. I mean, he needed some diagrams and everything because USC is played awful defense. I mean, I don't even know if you can call it defense. They just happen to have 11 players out there trying to slow down an offense. It was bad. Then you bring in a couple of other guys. We're not going to hit on them, but then you bring in a guy like Matt Entz, North Dakota State. You said it, Nate. We talked about this on our FCS episode, but that is a fantastic program. You convince a guy that was a head coach there to come and be the assistant head coach and a linebacker coach, but all his knowledge of the defensive side of football. But Nate, also this, he is going to provide Lincoln Riley with a different mindset, a different way of thinking. Maybe when he's in the headset talking to Lincoln, he can, give Lincoln some perspective of, just a different advantage. I love the hire. Lincoln Riley went out and made a great hire. Nate, I'll say this. If USC shows tremendous improvement, Matt Entz will not be there long because, like you said, he made a huge step up. I really, really do think it's a good career move for him. And I'm going to go ahead and have another hot take here that this time next year, he will either be in the I'm going to say he'll either be in the Big 10 or the Big 12. I really do because he's in that part of the country. He's familiar with it. He's got head coaching experience. He's been successful. Like I said, if USC shows it, big time improvement on the defense side of the ball, which I tend to think they will, because like I said, Lincoln Riley has really, really done a good job building a good defensive staff. Matt Entz is going to be a hot name. This is an A+ hire. A+ hire. I love it. I love it. Final point, and I've said this, I like the move for Matt Entz. He recognized, hey, I can fast track my career, especially now, Nate, we're seeing more and more position coaches getting the opportunity to be head coaches. This was a smart move for Matt Entz. So I love it. I love the hire. Very, very good move.
Yeah, and Brad, one thing we've seen too is we've seen head coaches of smaller schools leave their head coaching position to go be a coordinator at a big time.
Absolutely.
We've seen that happen time and time again. And, I mentioned Jeff Coat in my top three new head coaching jobs. This is a guy that was a head coach at Montana State in the FCS. He leaves to go be the co-defensive coordinator at Texas. Fast track. Now he's the head coach at Nevada. So be sure to go check out that video in the description. But yeah, I mean, this is a great hire. And one thing I want to mention too, you mentioned he knows how to recruit. He's from the Midwest. He's from Waterloo, Iowa. Look, this could go in two ways. Number one, what a great hire for Lincoln Riley. This is a guy that can go into the Midwest, knows how the lifestyle is out there, be able to go in and tell those big old corn-fed offensive and defensive linemen, hey, you want to come play in 70-degree weather? And by the way, we got to come out here 6 times of the year, 7 times of the year, so your family can not only watch on national TV, they're going to be able to come watch you regional, and you get to live in warm weather. What a great hire. I mean, this is genius all the way around. And then number two, you mentioned the fact that he could be in contention for a head coaching job. 2 jobs that stick out to me right away that just seem like the perfect fit, Brad. Number one, if Matt Campbell gets fired at Iowa State, oh my gosh, this is the guy. This is the guy. Number two, if Mike Gundy decides to retire soon, Oklahoma State, I like it there. It's cold. It's gritty football. It's in Stillwater. It gets very hostile in that environment, and they love their football program. Those are the top two programs right away that stick out to me for Matt Entz. And I think if it's not next year, in the next 2 to 3 years, he's going to get his chance to prove himself if he can get that defense to the next level at USC. And I think he's going to do just that. So be looking out for this guy. Great hire for USC. And yeah, this should have been our number one hire. We don't have a particular order, but man, Matt Entz, look out and remember that name.